Okay, hi everybody. Okay, I was kind of like watching this video on Facebook and I thought to myself I should really speak about this. I mean, this is so common that I think at least someone should at least start saying something about it. Okay, it's really about abuse. Okay, and in this video we were watching like this couple, they were already married and they were like doing this whole ritual thing where you see you cut the cake and you feed each other the cake and all kinds of whatever. Yeah. And this guy fed his wife her piece of cake, and now it's the wife's turn to kind of feed her husband his piece of cake. Okay, and she's kind of like playing with it, putting it in his mouth, taking it out, putting it in his mouth, taking it out, putting it in his mouth, taking it out, like this whole playing thing, and it's just looking kind of cute until he just smacks the hand away, like he was just so aggressive about it. Yeah, she looked so down about it, like really sad, and she looked kind of like awkward moment. I mean, your husband just smacked your hand away like so aggressively in front of all his family members. Okay, this kind of brought up a memory of mine that I actually had in a previous relationship. That's like my second relationship. Okay, I ended up in this relationship because I was kind of like introduced to him. I mean, my first relationship had just ended, and I was introduced to this guy, and he did seem like the kind of person that I wanted. I was sort of a kind of an intelligent guy. Physically, I wanted somebody who was at least taller than me, even when I'm in heels. I'm like 5'6", but in St. Lucia, that's like tall. 5'6" is tall in St. Lucia. I know, right? Yeah. And I always said that if you see I wanted a guy, the guy had to at least be taller than me, even when I'm in heels. Because I love heels and I'm not going to give up heels for anybody. Okay. So he just seemed like the kind of person I wanted. So, and the person was introduced to me. And the person who had introduced me to this guy was just like, I had great respect for that person and I trusted that person's decision. So I went into this relationship with this guy and it kind of like, well, escalated pretty quickly. That's what I'm going to call it. Escalated like pretty quickly. Okay, and I remember there was this one incident where I was at his guest room at the house, and he was taking a shower, and I was just playing around in the bathroom, not like in the bathroom stall, but he was bathing and I was just in the bathroom area, and I was just like splashing water because I'm just extremely playful, extremely, like I take extremely playful to a whole new level. So, and I just kept splashing the water, splashing, splashing, and everything. So it was like not like big splashes of water, but like little sprinkles and stuff like that. And just when he was just stepping out of the shower, I just took water from the sink and I just sprinkled all over him and stuff like that. And the guy got so upset, like really upset. Like he took his towel and he was like, oh my god, almost took my eye out. Actually, I just like go backed off. I literally just backed off and I went into the bedroom area. I backed off and I went into the bedrooms area. And later on that night, I had him drive me over to my apartment. And I was just thinking to myself, oh my god, I think I might be in trouble. I had no idea what to do. I could not even think of what to do. I mean, I was basically like alone in this apartment and like away from my family members, away from any support system. And I'm thinking to myself, I might actually be in trouble. I've never been in a situation like that. I've never conceived of being in a situation like that. Um, I never, I knew the guy had like all of like the way he speaks, he's extremely abusive in the way that he speaks, and he speaks very nonchalantly about people that he actually cares about, what he's supposed to care about. And I've seen facial expressions from people when you see they're speaking to him, and but I just never expected this. This is something I just never expected. I've always just thought myself to be actually quite lucky when it comes to men, because I've never really actually met really, really, really bad persons. So this one was just kind of like a shock. And like by following day or maybe like a week, I cannot remember because but I remember him apologizing about the incident, about his aggressiveness and everything, and I just kind of like went along with it, because in my mind I cannot conceive of a situation where I might actually find myself in an abusive relationship. I just never thought this could ever happen to me. But the relationship ended regardless, and I'm just thankful to God that it sort of ended. But I just think about, if that relationship had continued, what kind of a situation that I could have been in. I mean, and I think a lot of persons kind of find themselves in that kind of situation. I mean, look at this woman. She's married to him. Like, she's going to be spending the rest of her life with this man. And on the wedding day, he is already showing evidence of abuse. And you think to yourself, oh my God, what would the rest of her life be like? I mean, I have only escaped that situation. Like, I just escaped that situation. But she is married to this person. What is her life going to be like? Okay, here it is. What we need to start thinking about is how to kind of avoid these kind of situations. In relationships, I would say in the beginning of relationships, everything seemed kind of all flowery or lovey-dovey. This is the best guy ever. And to this guy, this is the best woman ever. You guys are so perfect for each other. All in your hearts. Okay. Here's where we stop. You think the guy is perfect. He's actually not. And you already know he's not perfect. It's just that you're overlooking certain things. Okay? I think a lot of women are extremely observant. And I think we've been blessed with extremely good instincts that we need to actually take heed of. I mean, over the years, women have been kind of slacking up on the instincts thing, because we keep thinking, oh, our instincts are not always right and everything like that, because that's what has been pushed into our heads. And that us and our crazy feminine instincts are not always right. But we really need to take heed of them. Here is it. In the beginning of the relationship, everything is always all lovey dovey 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 dovey. But no one is actually perfect. Nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. If the person has a bad habit, it will slip out. It will come out. The person may try to hide all the bad problems and all the things that you just don't want this girl to know about, because if she knows about you, just run and take for the hills. But no one is perfect, which means you will have little slip-ups. You see, like when you see somebody goes to rehab and usually they come out and they think they're healed. No. No, that's why people go to AA meetings, so that they can actually kind of work on those things, so those little slip-ups. So we have little slip-ups in the beginning of a relationship. These are the little slip-ups that we need to actually take heed of. I mean, I remember when I was younger, when you see I was in like just A-level or secondary school, I had no boyfriends. I know it's kind of surprised because I'm like so hot, but I actually have no boyfriends. I had no boyfriends. Because you know what? I would start dating somebody, and within like a week or 2 weeks, this girl was gone. Like, just gone. Like, gone with the wind. Because you know why? Because no one is perfect. And they keep having those little slip ups, and you're thinking to yourself, hell no. Not this girl. Not this girl. I'm not getting involved in that. So I'll be like, gone. So that's why I say, like, in beginning of relationships, these guys actually put out those little slip-ups. Now this guy's little slip-up was like almost smashing my eye out, like them taking my eye out with his style. I'm certainly sure for this young lady in that video, I'm certainly sure there were a couple of slip-ups that she decided to ignore. So take heed of those slip-ups, take heed of those tiny little clues, and start putting your brain together and start thinking about how this guy is going to react in a huge situation. If he's already overreacting for something so minor, and he's already apologizing for something so minor, imagine how it's going to turn out in a huge situation. How is it going to turn out in a huge situation? Imagine if he's already overreacting for, like, just playing with the spoon going in and out of his mouth with a piece of cake, or he's already overreacting for a splash of water in his face. How is he going to react when you put too much salt in the food? Or you forget to put his bear out when you see he comes home? Or you forgot to take the shoe out of the center of the room and maybe he sleeps? Or something like that. Or maybe something, just something. I mean, people forget, people make mistakes all the time and you forget. Or maybe when he's saying something and you question it, how is he going to react? You need to start taking those minor situations, those minor flaws that you actually see in the beginning of a relationship, and start transferring these minor, use your mind, and start transferring these minor situations to a huge picture. I mean, because in every relationship there is a pattern, and this is how it goes. If you know, okay, if I do this, this person gets angry. Think about, okay, if I did this big thing, exactly how is it going to react? Every action has a reaction. So think about it before you actually decide you're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody. You need to kind of start putting the person's personality together and figure out if that personality kind of works for you. I mean, think about it. If I'm already so playful, you think I can be in a relationship with somebody who already explosive anger for something so small? No, I'm going to get my ass beat. Probably end up in the hospital, my neck broken and my legs all kind of thing because I'm like just I'm just bubbly all over. So think about it. Think about your personality and this other person's personality, and think whether or not the two of you guys can mesh up and mesh up. Hmm.